Hey, good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. It's almost noon, but not quite. About 15 minutes away. Make sure my mic is working. Yes, it is. Hope you're doing great, and thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. All right, first thing that I want to talk about, of course, we do have a heat advisory. I'll talk about that here in just a second, but I thought this was really interesting. 100-degree day stats. The earliest that we've ever hit 100 degrees was back in 1996, February 21st. The latest was in 2021, September the 6th. Which I thought that's not quite surprising, but I figured it would be more like towards the middle of September. But anyway, September 6, 2021. But here's what's interesting. We usually hit on an average year, sometime at the end of June is the first day that we hit 100. Well, the last 4 years have all been earlier than average. This year, May 13th, last year, May 25th, 2023, June 16th, and 2022, May 7th. So now you're asking the question, well, why the last 4 years? Well, the last time that we had a year with above average precipitation was in 2021. So you see how that kind of works together. The lower the precip, usually the higher our temperatures. And I guess my point is we need some rain, and that's what's going to help to see cooler temperatures, I think. But I don't see a whole lot of rain. I don't see a whole lot of soil moisture coming our way. Maybe as we get closer to Memorial Day. I'll talk about that here in just a second. All right, heat advisory today. High is going to be 98. The heat index around 104. Stay hydrated. You don't want to be like this guy, all bent over. And I think that I love our graphics, but I think this graphic's just a little bit of some drama there. But I mean, hey, if you don't stay hydrated and you go out and you exert yourself too much, you'll end up like the stick man there. All right, we've got partly cloudy skies outside right now. Temperature 86. The low this morning was 77. Record low 46. Wouldn't that be nice? We hit 46 degrees on this date in 1967. Record high 97, 2003. And we are going to break the record, pretty sure about that. 98 for a high. We're not going to break it by a lot, but we're going to break it. 98 degrees, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies late this afternoon. I know it's Friday. If you've got anything planned this evening, temperatures mainly in the mid-90s. 10 o'clock, temperature will be in the upper 80s, around 87 or so. Okay, it's time for me to say hi to some folks. Let's see. Vilma, hey, how's it going out there? Thanks for streaming with us. We appreciate it. And David Bellis, he asked the question. It's not really funny today. I think it's, how young can you die of old age? Got to think about that one, David. You're starting to make me tilt just a little bit. Let me think about that one. All right, heat advisory is in effect until 7 o'clock tonight for the counties in orange, basically along 35, 90, I-10, and some of our southeastern counties. And the main reason why is because of the heat index. Let me see if I can get where we need to be here. Yeah, I think the heat index is going to be between around 104 and 105 degrees this afternoon. And Saturday and Sunday, I think, are going to be very similar. So we may have heat advisories also issued for Saturday and Sunday as well. Just take it easy. Don't overdo it out there. All right, we got a little bit of a complex surface map. We've got a cold frontal boundary way up north, like around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I think showers and storms are going to develop along that boundary. If you take a closer look, I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah. Of course, I haven't placed my frontal boundaries here in several hours, about 3 or 4 hours. But you can see if you were to extend the one cold front that I have in the northwestern part of the state, it's actually now just north of Dallas-Fort Worth. It looks like through Brady, Texas, Brownwood, and kind of extending off to the west. And you can see what looks to be some rain trying to develop along that frontal boundary there in northern Valverde County. I think showers and storms are going to develop along that front, but the way that the environmental flow is, I'm just very doubtful that anything would move close to us here in San Antonio. Maybe some storms might develop in the mountains west of Del Rio, but I just don't think it's going to do us any good. Now, Saturday night, maybe a 10% chance. I'll show you that coming up here in just a second. Boy, this computer model's changed just a little bit. Now that we're kind of doing this on the fly. I think thunderstorms, yeah, they may develop, but Austin and northward from there. I'm going to have to go back and look at the convective temperatures and stuff, maybe rethink that. But anyway, I think Austin northward and maybe way out west, like Del Rio westward. I'm still really doubtful that we'll have any kind of thunderstorm activity this afternoon and evening. All right, taking a look at the upper level winds, maybe Saturday night we might have a little bit, see right there, a little bit of a disturbance coming in. I'm going to throw 10%. I mean, that's the best I think we're going to do on that, maybe 20. And then Tuesday, let's see, Tuesday right there. It just doesn't look good. I mean, North Texas, Northeast Texas, I'm going to throw in a 20 for actually, I took it down to a 10% chance for Tuesday of next week. Other than that, it doesn't look good until we get close to Memorial Day. And I don't think this goes out that far. But once we get close to Memorial Day, there'll be a stalled out frontal boundary. May help us out a little bit. But, you know, when you get in a drought, it's just kind of like a feedback thing. It just, rain chances are just get hard, you know. It's just hard to break that. So upper 90s for today and again tomorrow. Clouds in the morning and high temperatures in the upper 90s around 99. Notice this is a high resolution. This is a good computer model. This is the HRRR. And it doesn't show thunderstorms close to us, but I think they may get as close as Austin this afternoon and evening, but that's going to be about it. And then as we head into Saturday evening, maybe some storms coming out of northern Mexico, but they should fizzle. We may get some showers late Saturday night, but I think that's about the best we're going to do. So just not really good at all. All right, let's take a look at the 14-day. And I've changed up the 14-day. You won't see it, but I'm going to change it up for my noon show. It shows a 20% chance of showers and storms around the 26th, 27th, 28th with a stalled out frontal boundary. You know, I've been thinking that way for a couple of days, and I'm going to be honest, I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. When we get to the last 4 days there, that's a long way out. And so you've got to treat it almost like you're got a big battleship or one of those cruise liners. You just can't make changes real abruptly, and you got to be more of a trend. So the last couple of days, I was thinking that we'll change this. I can tell you this: 4 days ago, when Memorial Day was on the 29th, or where the 29th is on that last 14 day, I had mostly sunny. And now I've been trending more partly cloudy, and now I'm going to start throwing in a chance for showers, about a 20% chance initially. There's some computer models that are going crazy with this stalled out frontal boundary. You just got to go slow, you know. Closer to the first and the second day on the 14-day, where you can make kind of not abrupt changes, but some more drastic changes. Try not to do that if we can avoid that. And I think we do a good job of not. But anyway, next 4 days, we've got a KINS 5 weather impact alert through Monday with heat index values around 104 to 105 and high temperatures in the upper 90s. 10% chance on Tuesday. Temperatures come down a hair Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. And then it gets humid again the weekend of the 24th, 25th. And then I think the temperatures, I may actually take those temperatures down a little bit that week of the 26th. So that'll be good news, right? Real quick, let's see. Maria, you can't, but it'll bite. It'll bite. You can die anytime at a young age or old age. Yeah, I think your point is you can die at any age, really, I guess, right? And Diane, all right, have a nice day. Okay, I got to run and do the noon show. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for streaming with us. We thank you. Have a great weekend, and I will see you at noon show or on Monday. See you later.